Today, I'm talking about some of the biggest money glitches in Bloxburg history. All of the glitches in this video have been patched, which means they don't work. Glitches will get you banned, so if you find one, report it instead of trying it. Before the video starts, I want to say thank you for 120,000 subscribers. I never thought this channel would get as big as it is, so I really appreciate your support. But with that being said, let's start off with the first glitch. One of the most recent money glitches is also one of the biggest, and that is the starter house duplication glitch. It was discovered in 0.12.6 when the new house market released. To do it, you had to name your plot to something that Roblox censors. Once it's censored, you would go to the pre-built house menu and buy an empty plot. You would then have to name that new empty plot the same word. It would then ask you to bulldoze your plot, but once you typed your name in, this error would pop up. After you closed the error, you would receive the money from bulldozing your plot, but your house would still be there. People did this over and over and kept adding stuff to their plot to make it worth more. Some people had upwards of $1 trillion. To put that into perspective, if you bought $1 trillion in Bloxburg, it would cost 12 billion Robux or 120 million real-life dollars. But what if you don't want to buy $1 trillion? Well, if you were to work for it, and let's just assume you make $100,000 an hour, it would take over 1,141 years. So obviously, it was a pretty big deal. The glitch got so popular that you would see someone doing it in almost every single public server you joined. Once the developers figured out how to fix it, the glitch was patched. And what came after the patch was a giant ban wave. Since so many people have started appealing their bans, it's probably going to take weeks or maybe even months to get through all of them. So if you participated in this glitch and you got banned, good luck. An old glitch that was discovered back in February of 2020 allowed people to pretty much generate money without spending anything. To do it, all you needed was $820 and a friend. One person would go into build mode and place a harvestable plant on the edge of the plot. Most people used orange trees because at the time it had the highest harvest value. The other person would then stand outside of the plot and harvest the tree. The build mode person would then press the undo button to remove the harvested tree and get all of their money back. You would then just place another tree, harvest it, undo it, and repeat this process over and over. This made a pretty good amount of money. If you were quick enough, you could probably harvest the trees around 50 times per minute, which is around $18,350 per minute or $1.1 million per hour. The glitch got patched a day or two after it was discovered, but if I remember correctly, no one got banned, because since you had to do it with multiple accounts, Bloxburg was only detecting one person placing an orange tree repeatedly, and it was detecting the other person as just harvesting orange trees, so it didn't see anything wrong. But with that being said, let's move on to a glitch that definitely got detected. The Chandelier Glitch is probably something you've heard of if you've played Bloxburg for a few years. It was discovered in July of 2021 and quickly became super popular. Here's how it worked. First, you had to place as many large antique chandeliers as you wanted. You would then have to scale each chandelier to be as long as possible. And finally, just press the undo button. Once you press the undo button, your money would come back, but the chandeliers would still be super long. You could then delete the chandeliers and you would receive extra money. That's because longer chandeliers are worth more than shorter chandeliers, so when you sell them for a profit. Everyone doing the glitch was making hundreds of thousands of dollars, but once the patch released, people started getting banned. And not just a few people, a lot of people. If you went on Twitter during the ban wave, you would see hundreds of people asking for appeals. Over the course of a month or two, the affected people were unbanned, but that doesn't change the fact that this glitch caused one of the biggest ban waves Bloxburg has ever seen. One of the first Bloxburg money glitches was technically not a glitch, but it was an unintended way to make lots of money. It was discovered around 0.3.9, which was late 2016. To do it, you needed 2 accounts or one friend that didn't care about their progress in Bloxburg. Both accounts had to join the same server. The second account would sell everything on their plot, then donate all of their money to the main account. The second account would then press the erase game data button, which at the time reset all of your stats and restarted you as a fresh account. You would spawn with $2,600 and another starter house, which you could once again sell and donate to the main account. Then you'd press the erase game data button again and keep repeating the process. It's not a very overpowered glitch today because you only made $5,855 per donation and there's a donation limit now. But back then there was no donation limit and $5,000 was worth a lot more since people weren't very high level at jobs. This never really got patched, but in 0.6.9 the erase data button got removed, which removed the ability to restart. Since the game data glitch was more of a money method, let's reverse it and talk about another money method that made so much it might as well be a glitch. Orange farms were definitely a method of making money that the developers did not expect. In 0.7.6, the gardening skill was introduced, which brought many plants to the game as well as the harvest button. This button is important because it allows you to infinitely harvest one plant as many times as you want. And out of the list of plants, orange trees harvested for the most at $367 every 2.5 hours. That might not seem like a very big deal, but let's say you had 1,000 orange trees. That would make you $367,000 per harvest, which is a pretty crazy number, but you could go bigger. This is a picture of my old orange farm. It has 5,184 trees and made a little over $1.9 million per harvest. It was an insane farm, but the funny thing is that it still could have been bigger. Just like I said before, each orange tree takes 2.5 hours to grow more oranges. My farm took 1 hour to harvest, so if I would have built another layer and a half of trees, it would have also taken 2.5 hours to harvest. That meant once I finished harvesting everything, I could go back to the start and the trees would already be growing more oranges, which meant I would have had an infinite loop of money without having to wait for regrowing. People would harvest these farms for days straight and make tens of millions of dollars. And the best part was that no one got banned because it was not a glitch, but instead it was a feature of the game. But in 0.8.5a, some unfortunate gardening features were introduced. Now, the harvesting price will decrease as you place more plants on your plot, and there is now a plant limit of 800 plants on one plot. That meant farms went from making millions of dollars to only 80,000 an hour. That's alright though, because orange farms lasted almost 9 months, which meant people had plenty of time to make money. We've been talking about money methods for a while, so let's go back to talking about glitches. The Rejoin Glitch was discovered around 0.5.7, which was October of 2017. To do it, you had to split your screen in half so that you could see Bloxburg on one side and the Bloxburg webpage on the other side. All you had to do was press play on Bloxburg, then switch back to the game and place as many expensive objects as fast as you could. Once you rejoined, there was a chance that you kept your money and the expensive items that you placed on your plot. You could then sell the expensive objects for a profit and repeat the glitch over and over. I'm not entirely sure how Bloxburg's autosave works, but I assume during this time period, the game would save your plot before it saved your money. And since you were placing objects right before you started rejoining, the game didn't have enough time to calculate your money as well, so it just left the items on your plot without taking your money. This was a very risky glitch though, because sometimes the autosave feature would be faster than you, and you could lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, which also meant it probably worked better in slower servers because it would take longer to save. There was no official update log stating that they patched this glitch, but they probably just optimized it to ensure that this glitch was either extremely difficult to do or impossible. The reloading glitch was similar to the rejoin glitch, but instead you didn't have to leave. It was discovered in 0.3.7, which was late 2016. To do it, you had to place an expensive object down and sell it. Then you had to quickly get out of build mode and press the main menu button to reload your plot. There was no loading screen to go to the main menu back then, so you could start reloading in under a second if you were quick enough. Once you loaded back in, you would have the money from selling the expensive object, but the object would still be on your plot. You could repeat this process over and over and end up with millions of dollars in less than an hour. This glitch was also caused by Bloxburg's slow autosaving, but it was way less risky than the rejoin glitch due to how fast you could reload your plot, but it got patched a few weeks later in 0.3.8. Since this glitch was discovered almost a year before the rejoin glitch, my guess is that the autosave feature originally saved your money before your plot, but to patch this glitch, the developers flipped the autosave feature to make it save your plot before your money, which could explain why the rejoin glitch was a thing. But that's all a theory, and I have no information on how autosave works, so don't take that for a fact. And that was some of the most game-breaking money glitches in Bloxburg history. Make sure to comment how many of these glitches you knew. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribed. All of my socials are on the screen now if you want to follow. But that's it from me, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.